Hello, Zenless Zone Zero proxies, it's your boy Josh, and this is a bit of an impromptu video. I actually have a couple of videos actually scheduled for this entire week, but I wanted to push those videos out for this video in particular. Oh my goodness. I'm starting on my words because they're just so absolutely gorgeous. Welcome to the 1.5 drip marketing, as well as the beginning of the version 1.4 series for Zenless Zone Zero. And of course, you guys are here to talk about what characters to pull and invest for. Now, as someone who was unfortunately not able to get into the official early access for Zenless Zone Zero, if you guys would want me to cover more content for you guys, please make sure you guys go support my guides over on Hoyo Labs, over on Twitter, and it would really help me out to be able to get you guys more content. So please make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, literally try to do everything you guys can, because I want to give you guys the best content. And as far as some of the best insider information, I'm your boy. So let's first get into the version 1.4 characters, that is Miyabi and Haramasa. And we're going to start with the free character, that is Haramasa. Now, if we were to give Haramasa a grade on performance, I would say that he's B+. He's actually quite proficient in his damage, and we've seen a lot of playtesting for him. We've seen a lot of his variations, his output, and it's actually quite strong, at least for what we have currently. So we'll give him a B+ just because he is free. He's accessible. If you want to pull for his weapon, he gets a nice damage boost, although you can go literally every other weapon in the attack arsenal and actually perform in the 85 to 90 percentile with him, which is incredible. And then if you go for M1, you're going to see a nice bump up yet again. But if you really want to get something a bang for your buck, of course, you have to look at the other character on the other side of the banner, and that is Hoshimi Miyabi. Hoshimi Miyabi comes in as our very first Void Hunter, and you can think of them as an Arconian level or an Emanator level character in your Genshins and HSRs. Hoshimi Miyabi is absolutely nuts, and there's been much gameplay and early access footage for you guys to see on how just absolutely bonkers the damage is. It is just disgusting how easily she's able to hit 6Ks with all of her damage ticks. That adds up to multi-millions of damage. Now, is Miyabi hitting, again, those millions and millions of damage with her natural base kit? Not necessarily, but for how fast she attacks, it adds up so quickly. And the fact that she's able to AoE, the fact that she's able to build up anomaly by herself, her whole entire kit and the breakdown of it is actually just so seamless. And I'm very glad they actually took their time to release Hoshimi Miyabi, because we get a product like this. So very excited about her. And if you guys are going to invest into her even further beyond her base M0 and S1, then you guys definitely should be looking to M2, potentially even M4. Honestly, each Mindscape has its own justification, and even M6, which is so bizarre to think, but it really does. And for those who are wanting to learn more about the Mindscapes, of course, you guys can look at other creators, but if you like to look at it in the context of actual combat and usages within teams, please check out my guide video that is going to come out in the next day or two here on this YouTube channel. Now, 1.4, you guys, honestly, 1.4 seems like old news now, because 1.5 has been drip marketed. So let's firstly talk about Astra Yao. Now, Astra Yao is coming to us as an ether support character, I believe, as per the drip marketing, and usually the drip marketing is pretty lock and key when it comes to what they announce. So we are for sure getting Astra Yao as our very first signature, or exclusive, limited support character. Now, we already have this archetype covered, the ether support character. We already have it covered through Nicole. How is Astra Yao going to be different? I assume that she is going to be able to provide off-field buffs that allows you to build up anomalies faster. She's not, I believe, to my knowledge, is not just going to be an ether unit. She is going to be a quite universal support unit that's able to buff potentially anomalies, but I cannot neither confirm nor deny that. But it seems like through what her kit is exuding, that's the kind of vibe and energy that I'm getting. And usually I'm pretty right with these things, because a lot of the times, and not to say that I look at leaks. But when it comes to these types of characters, especially, you know, these singer characters, they like to put and place auras on the team. So it's quite safe to say that Astra Yao is going to bring an aura type style of kit to be able to support your team. Now, Ether. Is that going to be a problem? Is that going to be an issue when it comes to your synergies in terms of other teammates? And I say no. I think just being a support class is already going to be good enough for her to be able to be that flexible for other teammates. And of course, when it comes to her new faction, which is the Idols of Astra or something, I believe what it's called. I might want to correct myself in post, but the Idols faction, we might see quite the limited amount of play just because these are the first 2 limited characters from this faction. And we're getting to a point where if we're going to introduce a new faction, hey, you're gonna have to give us a free character, because if it's just 2 limited characters for that faction, oh, it's gonna be trouble. It's not gonna be well balanced. Of course, if you get those 2 characters, you're gonna be flying. But if you don't have those 2 characters, ooh, you know, it's really going to hurt the balance of the game. So we're going to be needing a free A-tier character quite soon for this faction, and that might come in 1.5, might come in 1.6, could come in 2.0, but we are going to need a free A-tier character within this faction more than likely. Hey ZZ Proxies, it's post-edit Josh here. I know I got the lights off. I'm pretty comfy right now, but I need to let you guys know that when you guys subscribe and comment down below in our 1.4 coverage videos, this video, the Haramasa video previous, and the Miyabi look ahead video that I had last week. So 3 videos, those 3 videos, you will be entered into a Miyabi poll session giveaway on Twitch. So all you guys need to do is subscribe and comment down below, and then we're going to announce the winner on Twitch for the poll session. The poll session must be done live. So if you guys could be ready to be polled on Twitch live, we will designate a day either on Tuesday or on Wednesday for you guys. So you know, anytime that you guys are potentially available, we would love to do a poll session for you. We're trying to get to 20K on YouTube. That's why we're hosting a bunch of these giveaways, and I want to invest back into you guys. So make sure you guys enjoying the content, and back to the video. Then moving back over to the other side of that 1.5 banner, and that is Lantern. I mean, sorry, Cocolia. I mean, sorry, Evelyn. Evelyn, oh my goodness, she looked absolutely beautiful. And, you know, I was doing a little bit of frame by frame research into the TGA trailer just earlier this week. And, well, and then she uses wires like Yelan. Cool. Cool. She has noodly arms like Izo. Oh, wow. So Evelyn, Evelyn is going to be our first limited attack fire character. Yes, we do have an S tier through soldier, but she is not limited. So our first fire attacker limited character. And for those who pulled lighter, you must be just absolutely cheering, kicking your feet under the desk, because the 2 top tiered offensive characters in the game moving into 2025 will have Lighter as their premium support stun character. And I say support because Lighter grants you 75% ice and fire damage bonus for the respective characters, including the res shred. It is just absolutely disgusting what he's able to do. So if you guys did pull Lighter, congratulations, you won the sweepstakes. And of course, I actually did call this that we are going to get a pure fire offensive character, and just so happens that that comes in the form of Evelyn. Now, is Evelyn going to be busted tier? That's what you guys want to know. Is Evelyn going to be worth the pull over Astra Yao? You know, for those who don't like, I don't know, Foxy and Virgil, should I just skip Miyabi and get Evelyn? Personally, and this is not necessarily coming from insider knowledge, this is coming from more of my understanding of the trajectory of Zenless Zone Zero. Get Miyabi first. If you can go for Evelyn, then go after. However, Miyabi is more than likely going to be the pickup that you guys are wanting to get as a priority. Second would be Astra Yao. Supports in this game are notoriously strong and relevant when it comes into relations with other characters, a la Rina. Rina sees ups and downs depending on how relevant Electric is, and generally when Electric is relevant, so is Rina. Very much the same could be said with Astra Yao, however it is dependent again on how universal her buffs are. Is her buff strictly for ether characters? If so, then she might be a lighter situation where there weren't a Miyabi Evelyn announced 1.5 months ago, so lighter seemed like a very niche pick. But as we go further into 1.5, 1.6, 2.0, as we flush out the idol faction much further, of course we are going to see Astra Yao as that premium support pick. Priority is going to be Miyabi. Second is Astra Yao. Get a copy of her at least. If you would like to get her W engine, for sure, you are going to, do very well with her W engine more than likely, generalizing her kit. And then when it comes to Evelyn, if you can get an Evelyn, by all means, go for it. We do have a few options in the fire department, a la your soldiers and Bernice. Bernice is actually very versatile as a fire character. So when it comes to Evelyn being seemingly more of a front-sided DPS character, that means she's not really contributing anything from the back end or from the off field. Evelyn being a character who wants to be up front on your team, on your squad, you're gonna have to build through her. Versus a Bernice, she's able to flex into other roles. So if you didn't get Bernice and you're wanting to replace Bernice with Evelyn, I don't think that's how you should view that. I feel as though you should view it in the lens of, hey, if you really do need a fire DPS for coverage purposes, then you go for Miyabi, Astra Yao, Evelyn. I highly would suggest potentially away from getting her W engine, just because further down in 1.6, 2.0, you will want those characters. So if you're a low spender, Dolphin, F2P, I would suggest away from it, because the attacking class, like Haramasa, like I mentioned earlier, has really good options. The attacking class just, universally has great offensive options, whereas the other classes, just like Anomaly, are quite niche. Jane Doe could use some of the other options, but her stinger is just the best. And then Miyabi, it's even worse, how you're going to want Hailstorm over bar on everything else. Everything else just falls off a cliff. So Evelyn, she's a lot more flexible in the W engine option. You just get the character if you're a low spender. Astra Yao, for sure, try to get the W engine as well. Miyabi, you're going to want to get the W engine 100%. You have 6 weeks to do it. I pray that you guys can do it, because 6 weeks, and I believe they said around 120, 140 polls throughout the entire patch. Definitely doable. And then Haramasa, again, he's a free character, so you can do whatever you guys want with that. And that will conclude our little discussion on the 1.4, 1.5 future poll projections. If you guys have any comments on these characters, of course, I'm going to have my Miyabi full dive guide video. There are some nuances that other guides do not have that my guide will have for you guys, including a C6 showcase, which is going to be very fun for you guys. Make sure to subscribe right now so that you guys can catch that in the next couple of days. I have a few more videos coming up to wrap us up in December, and I'd love to get to 20k on YouTube. When we do, I am already hosting a Miyabi poll session as she comes out on the day of release. If we get to 20k, I will do another poll session with you guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more on the Jshoea channel. And that'll wrap us up, man. That'll wrap us up. Make sure to subscribe and click on this next video. YouTube loves when you click on our next videos. So click on it. Thank you so much for joining us today.